FC26 ratings are finally here, and oh my days, some of these are absolutely insane. Lamine Yamal has gone from an 81 to an 89 in just one season. That makes him the highest rated 18-year-old in FIFA history. Now, I do feel EA maybe upgraded him way too much, but then again, he's a Ballon d'Or contender this year. But also, guess who's become the joint highest rated player in the game? Mo Salah. From 89, he's going to a 91. Now, I've already given both of them their FC26 ratings in career mode, and we're going to be picking one of them for our team. And that's because today we're building a squad around some of the wildest new ratings in the game. But that does mean we got to take into account of the downgrades. Some players have been cooked, and in the right wing position, look at Leo Messi. A -2. He's going to be an 86. Can you imagine? In his peak, he had a 94 rated card. Also, there's Phil Foden, who was 88 rated in FC25, but he's been given a -3 down to 85. Now, I definitely want to be picking someone like Lamine or Salah for the team and upgrade, but it's not going to be so simple. The wheel is going to decide whether we get to pick an upgraded player or a downgraded player for our team, and I think it's going to land an upgrade. And that means I can go for either Lamine Yamal or Mo Salah for the team. Now, come on. I'm wearing a Barca jersey. It's Lamine who's got one of the craziest upgrades. Of course, we're going with him. Now, Lamine Yamal is just the start. We're going to be going through some more crazy FC26 upgrades and downgrades. And let's go position by position. And we'll continue with the goalkeeper spot. Talking about a downgrade, Andre Onana. Bro is already a meme. But at least in FC25, he had a decent overall of 83. But now he's been downgraded to 80. Which, to be fair, based on his performances for Man United, seems rather high. In my opinion, he should be like 76 or 77 rated. That's how bad he's been. There's also Ter Stegen, who's got a big downgrade from 89 to 87. He's basically been kicked out of the Barca team. Edison, too, has got a massive downgrade. In terms of upgrades, we do have Juan Garcia, Barca's new goalkeeper. He's getting an 83 card, which is a +7 from what he had in FC25. The upgrade I really like, though, is David De Gea. Remember, briefly, he was kind of out of the game. He was a free agent. Everybody was doubting him, but he's had a ridiculously good season in the Serie A, and deservedly, he's back to being an 86 rated player. Raya has gotten a massive upgrade as well. Spain has got some crazy keepers, man. Now, I do not want Onana or Ter Stegen in my team, so you better give me an upgrade, but this might go downgrade. We got lucky again. Now we can pick an 86 rated De Gea for our team, but I think the smarter play is to go for David Raya. If the wheel gives us upgrade, we gotta try and pick the highest rated player possible, because once I build this team, we're gonna be putting it to test in the Champions League. Oh, and this might be good for y'all. If the team fails to win the Champions League, I'm gonna be giving a copy away of FC26 when it's out. And all you gotta do to enter this possible giveaway, drop a like on the video, put a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And oh boy, we've now got an 87 rated Raya as well as an 89 Lamine Yamal. Let's see what's in store for the right back position. And oh, we've got a couple of big English downgrades. Kieran Trippier down to 80. Oh, but look at what they've done to my boy Kyle Walker. 79. He's barely got the pace he used to have. I mean, I know he's old and he's joined Burnley, but still, that's a monumental downgrade. Well, at least there's Ashraf Hakimi. He's now going to be the highest rated right back in FIFA history. 89? That's more than what Philip Lahm had in his prime, or even Dani Alves. I do feel like that is a bit overrated. Now, we've gotten lucky both times so far with upgrades. And is that team gonna continue? It might just continue. Please go to upgrade. Well, looks like a 79 rated Kyle Walker with no pace is what we're getting. Let's anyway just move on to the other side of the pitch, where we do have one of the biggest upgrades. Miles Lewis-Skelly was 58 rated back on FC25, but after his breakout season for Arsenal, EA are giving him a 78 overall. That's a +20. There's also Milos Kerkez, who's just moved to Liverpool. He's getting a big upgrade to 82. Nuno Mendes is getting one of the bigger upgrades in the left back spot from 83 to 86. I think that is well deserved. In fact, I could argue that he should be the highest rated left back in the game. Because come on, he won the Champions League, he won the Nations League, and was crucial in both tournaments. But oh, for the downgrades, we've got some big names. Theo Hernandez, he's getting a -2. That's kind of because he's going to the Saudi League. Ferland Mendy's getting a -3. Oh, Robertson has been cooked. I can't believe he's going to be 81 rated. Now, come on. I don't want to downgrade again for the fullback spot. And that is much better. Upgrade. Now, I was kind of tempted to test out a 78 rated Miles Lewis-Skelly, but we gotta be sensible. We're trying to win the Champions League here. Gotta go with Nuno Mendes. Now, for the centre-back spot, we've got both Madrid and Barca having two youngsters getting massive upgrades. One, of course, is Pau Kubasi. He's going to be 83 rated, one of the highest rated young centre-backs in the game. But also, Real Madrid managed to sign Dean Howson from Bournemouth. He was only 68 rated at the start of FC25, but now, of course, he's at Madrid and they're giving him an 81 overall. What an upgrade. There's also Pacho, who won the Champions League for PSG. Now, to be honest, before last season, I hadn't heard of him. I guess that's why he's going from a 78 all the way to an 86. Inigo Martinez got a big upgrade to up to an 85. Shame though he went to the Saudi League. Konate too getting a big upgrade to an 86. Timber as well getting a decent upgrade to 82. Downgrades though is where things get interesting. Ronald Araujo, but he's cooked, man, from 85 down to an 82. Rudiger's getting a downgrade to 86 as well. No surprises, De Ligt's got a downgrade. He's at Man United. Their entire team is probably getting downgraded. Now we get 2 spins for the centre-back spot. I'm hoping both will be upgrades. That was close, but one is going to be upgrade. Let's spin again and see if our luck is in. I don't think it is going to be. Looks like we got to sign 1 upgrade and 1 downgrade for the centre-back spot. Now an 83 Kubasi was tempting, but we got to be smart about this. Pacho won the Champions League last year. That's why he's got such a big deserved upgrade. We're picking him. Now for the downgrade, I think we got to pick the biggest downgrade, and in this case, it would be Ronald Araujo. Now we have chosen him, but I'm not quite sure if he's going to help us win the Champions League. But okay, this is how we've got our team looking. The upgraded players we've got, like Raya, Pacho, Lamine, they're looking amazing. But yeah, Araujo and Walker, I don't know with them if we can win the Champions League. You guys might be getting that giveaway. Now though, we're going to move on to the more interesting ratings, the midfield and the attack. And straight away, we're starting with a huge upgrade, Scott McSauce. That's right, boys, McTominay. I mean, who would have thought a reject at Manchester United would go on to become Serie A Player of the Year, win the title for Napoli? And that's why, deservedly so, he's going from a 78 to an 85. To be fair, I think he should be higher rated. He was the best player in the Italian league. Like, come on, he should be 87 or 88 rated at least. I mean, especially if Caicedo is getting an upgrade to an 87. I definitely feel like McSauce has been robbed a bit. Also, I can see why Man United were trying to sign Baleba so much. He's gone from a 73 to an 81. Of course, though, it's the PSG players constantly getting the big upgrades. Vitinha is going to be 89, one of the highest rated midfielders in the game. Henry too is going to be 89. João Neves is getting a solid upgrade to 85. Now, with all those crazy upgrades, I kind of want to hit upgrade. Of course not. Sadly, there are some big downgrades and surprises as well, like KDB. I know he didn't have the best of season with City because of injuries, but still a -3. Now, he has moved to the Serie A to play for Napoli, but I don't think a -3 was warranted. That is way too much. Odegaard is getting a downgrade too to 87. Modric too has been cooked after joining AC Milan. That is more understandable because he is getting older. Now, of course, since it's KDB who's got the biggest downgrade, of course we're picking him. Now, surely for the second midfield spot, we're going to get upgrade. Now, that is a relief. Now, if EA had been fair and given McTominay a proper upgrade, I would have picked him. But since Pedri's 89, he's got a really solid upgrade. I think we just got to go with him. You know what? I want to make a change to the formation of this team. That's right, boys. We'll rock a 4-4-2. That way, we'll be able to fit a couple of strikers. Because trust me, boys, there are quite a few big strikers who've got upgrades as well as downgrades. But for now, let's go left wing, where we do have one of the craziest upgrades of FC26, Rafinha. For the most part last season, he was the top contender for the Ballon d'Or, but then Lamine Yamal happened, Ousmane Dembele happened, so he kind of fizzled off the race, but still, EA saw his talent. From an 84, they've made him 89, the same rating as Pedri and Lamine Yamal. That's how much Rafinha has been upgraded. There's also Desiree Doué. The one ticket has been bumped up to an 85. You also have a few downgrades like Heung-min Son. Well, since he's moved to the MLS, he's got a -2. Also, Jack Grealish. What a big downgrade for him from 84 to 81. He's, of course, secured a loan move to Everton and is finally playing football. Can't blame EA for this because he was basically rotting on the Man City bench. Now, I really want to add Rafinha to the team, so please wheel. I'm actually gutted here. I am genuinely gutted. I really wanted Rafinha. Instead, we're going to have to add a downgraded Heung-min Son. At least we're getting him out of the MLS. Now, we've got just the striker positions left, and there are some really big upgrades here, including Liverpool's new record-breaking signing, Alexander Isak. That's right, they managed to wrap this deal up on deadline day, and to be honest, I can see why. Look at the upgrade Alexander Isak has got. 88 rated. To be fair, he was one of the best strikers in the Premier League last season. But the funny thing is, Liverpool haven't just signed him. They've also signed Hugo Ekitike, who himself has got a massive upgrade. There's also Victor Gyökeres, who's now an 87. But there's one more crazy upgrade. Possibly the Ballon d'Or winner this year, Ousmane Dembele. That's right, for PSG last season, he mostly played like a striker. And would you believe it? EA have upgraded him to a 90 overall. I mean, he did have a crazy season, but who would have thought Dembele, who was getting all the ambulance memes when he was back in Barcelona, would now be one of the best players in the game? I really want either Dembele or Isaac for my team. Can we get an upgrade? And yes, we can. And of course, the first striker I'm picking is the upgraded Ousmane Dembele, 90 rated. Now, we could pick Isaac or Gyökeres if we get another upgrade. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Oh, come on. Now, for downgrades, we do have Antoine Griezmann from 88. He's going down to 86. Vlahovic is getting a massive downgrade too, from 84 down to 82. But of course, this video wouldn't be complete if we didn't mention Cristiano Ronaldo. He's getting a downgrade as well. I'm kind of surprised because he's still scoring an insane amount of goals in the Saudi League, but probably because of his age and the fact that it's the Saudi League, he did get a downgrade. I think we are reaching the end of an era moment with Messi and Ronaldo, both getting heavy downgrades this year. Now, I guess if I had to pick a downgraded player, it's definitely Ronaldo. We've now got our first team of the biggest FC26 upgrades and downgrades, but to try and win the Champions League, we are going to need a bench. So let's quickly pick through 7 players, and we are going to start with a downgrade. I guess we'll use this to sign our backup goalkeeper, Andre Onana. The biggest meme goalkeeper in football, 80 rated. Now that's our first bench player. Come on, I would love an upgrade. That's more like it. We can use this pick to maybe add a centre-back like Kubasi or Dean Howson. I wanted to pick them initially, but we couldn't. Now I've gone with Kubasi, 83 rated. I feel like Araujo's gonna get benched again. But look at that, we get upgrade once again. And remember when we were building our first team, we had Kyle Walker. Now we can pick the upgraded 89 rated Hakimi for our bench. Okay, let's now spin the wheel twice for our midfield picks. And the first one is gonna be upgrade, but the second one is gonna be downgrade. Now we didn't pick Caicedo earlier on, but since he's got a massive upgrade to an 87 overall, I gotta have him at least on the bench. I guess for the downgrade, we'll just add Luka Modric. We've got just 2 more bench slots left, and at least one of them is gonna be an upgrade. And I mean, that gives us the perfect opportunity to add Rafinha to our bench. Probably one of the best upgrades in FC26. It would be a crime if we didn't add him into our team. And the final player on our bench is also gonna be an upgrade. No, stop there. Stop right there. Perfect. And I guess we'll use this to sign Liverpool's new star man, 88 rated Isaac. And okay, now our team is complete. Mostly we've got some of the best FC26 upgrades, but also some of the frustrating downgrades like Walker. But let's now see if this team can win the Champions League. A copy of FC26 is on the line. End of the season and making only top 4 in the Premier League is not giving me big hopes for the Champions League. I mean, just look at this team. We've got 90 rated Dembele, Yamal, whose overall has gone up even more to 91. And it was Isaac who turned out to be the main man of this team. 40 goals this season. Dembele with 34. Give him that Ballon d'Or already. And okay, there is hope. The ratings team has managed to finish 5th in the league phases. We skipped the playoffs. And round of 16, we knock out Slavia Praha. Oh, but come on. How do Inter knock us out? They were the team that PSG destroyed last season. Well, looks like I am going to have to give away a copy of FC26. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not watch me build a team with ex-teammates only? Click here.